All right, we're in the Christmas Links tournament in my practice account. Just doing, I'll probably do 9 holes, just playing one more time through, and then play my main Ricky account. But we're in a Masters bracket, so we're playing in the weekend round in the Ricky division from the front tees. But this bracket's a Masters bracket, so the guy at the top's got minus 31. Minus 30. They shot a minus 31 in the opener, so they pretty much got all the tiebreakers at minus 30. So if you shoot a minus 30, I'm gonna end up at least third. Let's see what guy in third's got. Minus 29. I shot a minus 29. I shot a minus 13, so I'll be in third. That's how tight this bracket is. See what these people have. Yeah, they got lots of tournament history. So you got to be spot on and pick up, in order for me to win, pick up 2 shots. So I'm gonna have to get an albatross or a hole-in-one. Got 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 10. Oh, this is tight. All right, so we are on hole number 1. We shot a minus 29 in our opener, ended up tied for 5th, and a minus 13 in the qualifying round. So we've been playing pretty good, hoping to save the magic for the weekend, and now we're really going to need it. So hole number 1. Let's go to golf. Let's go to Golf Clash Notebook. Check out hole number 1. All right, we are using an Extra Mile gingerbread ball. Extra Mile gingerbread ball. Let's go to our bag. Set this one up. I don't normally, like when I'm practicing, I like to practice with clubs that my main account has, and I don't have a Thor's Hammer and Apocalypse. I hardly ever use them. But the bracket that I'm in, I'm going to pull every club out of the bag today. We got this far, and we've used it. We've tried some risky stuff. That's kind of affected our score just for the practice. But today, we want to make sure we're with that type of competition. If I win, I'm not going to feel I'm going to feel nothing but elated. Extra Mile gingerbread ball. We're using a firework ball because we don't have any of the gingerbread balls. Got 6 of those left. All right, here we go. Hole number 1. Yeah, if I sound like I'm just like out of it, I gotta be pretty focused on it today, and this is the final round. I may actually just shoot this as one continuous video. If we play these holes again, there's enough of them already split out, and if we play this entire set again, you could watch this video to see what the final round was like. That way I can get more of it into a flow and play like I would if I wasn't recording. Alright, we're in the Dog Nation. Cheese. Cheese. I haven't played for a day. I didn't play at all yesterday because I have work. And watched the videos this morning. Watched the videos this morning just to make sure I had all my notes right. So here we're using an Extra Mile 2 top spin. I know we're going to move it more towards the sand so we can put all the curl on that Extra Mile. We're not doing any overpower, maybe just a smidgen up against the nubs. So max and 2 topspin. We're leaving the wind in it. We're max, and we're just pushing up against the nubs as far as power. Hitting great on the outside, great to the left. About 1 ring. We'd have been on the green if we'd have hit it perfect. I think if you started off out there and give yourself lots of room, because you got that curl on it, if you hit it great to the left, the first bounce, that curl is going to take effect, and that side spin is going to take effect, and it's going to smack the ball to the right, and the sand's not going to be an issue, but you'll be where I'm at. If you hit it perfect, you're going to be on the green. If you hit it great on the inside, you're going to be on the green. I want to make sure we're going right at that flagpole. Perfect eagle. That's the way to start it off. I started off my opening round in my main account by getting a birdie on that hole, so it's tough when the very first hole you play puts you in the hole. Alright, I'm going to forfeit because I don't want people, you guys have practiced enough. You might be in my bracket. I don't want you to get any more practice. Alright, we're on hole number 2. Hole number 2. Okay, hole number 2. My notes. Sniper, nav. Sniper, navigator. It's my second bag. Got in it just in case. I'd rather use it. Make sure just in case I forget to change bags, I've got that big dog with me. Rock sniper. So we're going to use bag number 2. We got a sniper and a navigator. Now, a navigator is a 1 power ball, 1 side spin, 2 wind. I'm not sure if I have any other wind balls that are 1 power. That's a big power. I think this is a 2. Bobble's a power ball, 2. That's a 0 power. Kingmaker, Kingmaker. New, I think the hat trick's power 2 ball as well. I'm going to stick with the nav. Sniper and a nav. My notes say 1.2 per ring, so we're making an adjustment. It's like 1.15, but we're doing a 1.2. Our wind hasn't been big enough that, and every time we've missed on the left-hand side, so we're trying to get that out. So we're going to do a 1.2 wind adjustment, 2 top spin, max right side spin. 2 top spin, max right side spin. And you got to move the ball around until the ball guide goes through the center of the hole. And it's going to look long, but it's going up that hill and we have headwind. So it's going up that hill, and even though the ball guide's traveling that far, it hits the ground. And so what that tells me is the greenkeepers went out there and mowed that so that we're going against the grain. So when the ball hits, it doesn't travel like it's supposed to. It hits the grain and slows down faster. And yes, or watered it so it would slow down. Two top spin, max right side spin. Or it might be left side spin. I knew I was putting max at one or the other. probably right. I don't want to use any backspin because we're going against the wind and we're going up the hill. And I've sat on this green and missed a bunch of putts to see, and you can't putt yourself off of this, so you're in a bowl. Okay, so we're gonna go 2 top spin. That must be 2 to the left. There we go. Let's see how it goes through it. That's what we're looking for. And then we're 1, 2 per ring, so there's 3, 6. So it's about 3 1/4. Oh, I made a mistake there. Isn't it perfect? I think I calculated that wrong. No? Oh, that was awesome. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. That'll work. That'll work. All right, we are on track. All right, we're on hole number 3. Let's go to Golf Clash Notebook. Check out hole number 3. All right, we're laying up out here. So 1 backspin, 3 right side spin. We're using a rock because it's got a little more distance than the quarterback. And we're using some backspin on it, so we don't need any top spin. So we're just looking at it for a distance thing, and it's super accurate. Kingmaker X. So we're looking for our rock bag. In our rock bag, we're bringing a big dog. We're bringing a Kingmaker X, and we don't have any Kingmaker X's. So how many holes are we using these balls on? 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. We need 6 of them, and we have 5. Is that right? Now we're on hole number 3, so we need 1. 2, 3, 4. Okay, we got enough of them. 4, 5. We need 5, and we have 5. All right, so we're using a firework ball. So we got a rock, a big dog, and a firework ball. I'm going to go back and make sure I got this hole clearly in my head. So we're on the rock, we're 1 backspin, 3 right-hand side spin. We're trying to lay up out here. And we're going at it with our big dog. And we've got a spot down here where we're going to wedge it in. We're going to do 2 top spin, all right. All right, 2 top spin. Next left side spin. Do orange, sand, blue ring, blue rough. All right, here we go. Okay, on the drive. Drive's most important. Focus on the drive. 1 backspin, 3 right-hand side spin with the rock. No overpower. We're not trying to get everything out of this. We're just trying to lay up out there in the middle. That's the deal. No risks. We don't want to base our score on risks. We want to base our score on hitting good shots. All right, if we can get matched up. My opponent goes first. Been playing for a while. Won over $1 billion. They're using a Thor's hammer, which is the way to go. They're in about the same spot that I'm looking to be in. And having that 4 power ball gives you a little maneuverability up there at the front. 1 backspin. We're going to do a 3 ring pull. A little less than 3. Isn't it perfect? So we did a layup shot there. We brought that ball. That ball didn't hurt us right there. We were able to take out less wind. We needed to put a little bit of curl on it. But where it's really going to help us is right here, because you have a legitimate shot right here for Albie. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the orange ring on the sand, the blue ring on the rough, 2 top spin. Max left hand side spin. Okay, so we got 2 top spin max, 2 top spin, we're going orange and blue, 2 backspin. This is 2-1 per ring, so we're just a little over a ring. And we're just going to hit a nice easy shot. Isn't it perfect? Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Oh, that close. Oh. All right. Change my notes here. That was 2 backspin. 2 backspin. And that was actually 2 and a titch. But I kind of like the speed that it was coming in there. It wasn't coming in too fast. All right, Eagle. I was really hoping that was a great shot at albatross right there. I'm not happy it didn't go in, but I'm not too disappointed. I gave myself the shot. That's the key. Is on every one of those, you got to give yourself that shot. If you give yourself that shot on every one, then you're going to eventually make some of those shots. All right, we're on hole number 4. This is a Guardian nav hole, so this must be a par 3. This is the first par, second par 3. We've been dialing this one in. We're getting closer to hole in 1 on this. Guardian nav, start off green, wedge blue ring. We've got a little 1.5 wind adjustment. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So we're going to take a Guardian. We've got a big dog in both of them. We're going to take a Guardian. Take a navigator. Alright, so we got a nav, we got our Guardian. Here we go. Okay, we're going to put our orange ring on the transition between the sand and whatever it transitions with, and our blue against the rough. No. Start off green, wedge, blue ring, wedge the blue ring, start off green. So we're starting on the fringe, the transition between the fringe and the green. We're going to wedge our blue down at the bottom, between the rough down at the bottom and the fringe. Max backspin, whatever right hand side spin, and max curl. 1.5 nav. So we're going to wedge our blue ring up in this area. Right there, and we're 1.5 per, so there's isn't it perfect? And that doesn't work. You know what I need is a ball with more curl. I don't have any. I mean, my only normal choice is to go to a Katana. Give me the same wind, give me the extra curl that I need, but I pick up that 1 power, so it may change my location, but I think I'm close enough to the 1.5 in the mid that I could change to a 2 power ball and it wouldn't seriously affect me. I may make a note. Try 2 power. 3 side spin ball. Well, and the nav's only got 1 side spin, so you know the Quasar, that little bit of side spin the Quasar has, might actually be the ticket. I'll change that to Quasar. I really like that 2 wind. That's why if I had a Quasar. Guardian and a Quasar. If I have to step up to a 2 power ball, though, I have some low wind 2 power balls. I'm not sure if I have one that's got what kind of side spin they have. I have to check. I go first. I forfeit. Back. Hole number 5. Hole number 5. Alright, hole number 5. We're using a rock and a sniper. And we're adding 5% onto the wind on the sniper, so I'm going to do 1.1. I'm going to do 10%. 1.1 wind. We're using a Titan. We're not using the wind on the second shot, and we're not using the wind on the first shot. Well, no, we're not using the wind on either shot. So we're taking the wind out. So I'm going to switch that from a Titan to a Kingmaker. That way, if I'm having to make a bigger adjustment for the wind, let's make the wind smaller. So we got a rock, sniper, Kingmaker. Sniper. The rest of those clubs will work. Kingmaker. I'm not using a lot of the second shot's pretty long. If you're finding that your clubs aren't long enough to get out there and you're looking for a good ball, I'm not going to do it because I got the shot set up for a 3-power, but you could cut the wind down more and give yourself a little bit better shot with a mummy ball, especially if you were playing with higher winds. All right, Golf Clash. Let's make sure I understand what I'm doing here. Sniper, Kingmaker. I can't remember how to play any of these holes until I get on them, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. But what's really cool is if you set your notes up, you get to the hole and you're like, oh yeah, come on, yeah, I got this. Man, I wish I had that. Wow, I do have that rock. Wow, I wish I had my sniper. Wow, I do have my sniper. Wow, I wish I had a Kingmaker. Wow, I brought a Kingmaker. Man, I'm lucky. That's the advantage when you're playing in tournaments, is that you can bring, you know what you're playing, so you can bring the clubs and stuff for it. When you're playing one-on-one, you have to really think about your bag. If you're finding yourself in a losing streak, it could very well be that, you know, what's causing you to lose. Are you screwing up the shot and it's all you, or are your clubs just not getting the job done? If your clubs aren't getting the job done, you know, what can you do to change it up? Sometimes it may be just changing one club. Putting on a big dog and saying, okay, I'm going to have to learn how to play with my big dog because I don't have enough distance. I'm constantly having to do overpower shots with my wood. Switch to a big dog. Learn how to play with that. That way when you come into a tournament where you have to pull that club out of the bag, you'll have a better feel for how it plays. Our opponent bought a snow globe, or whatever that ball is. Yeah, it is a snow globe. Did the bounce over. We don't want to do that. The deal is that shot is going to get you in. That shot's going to get you in your long iron range. Perfect, but I don't think it gives you a big enough advantage to pull out a 5-power ball and be that risky on that kind of a layup shot. I mean, that's a pretty easy layup shot. We're gonna have a great shot with our sniper, which is great ball guide, and we're in the perfect spot where we can run up this green and get to the hole and not have any sand traps or bunker traps or rocks or anything in our way, as opposed to doing what our opponent did. Now, he's got a great shot and he brought the right club. So he brought a Saturn, because if he did get in that spot, he's got the backspin that he needs to be able to stick it on the green. See how they do? Our shot here is going to be 1.1 wind. 1.1 for our wind adjustment. So there's 2, 2, there's 3, 3, so we're just a little shy of 3 rings. great to the right. And it went great to the right. Oh, that was on. That would have been a shot that I would have loved to have seen what perfect looked like. If you line it up right and you make the right adjustments and you don't hit perfect, it won't go in the hole. All right. Disappointed with an eagle. How sad is that? All right. All right. Here we go. Hey. Forfeit match. All right, this is the pivotal hole. Okay, I played this hole. I'm going to have to play this hole on this account with a snow globe. But I've had some difficulties, and I went back and watched my wind adjustment. Sand sometimes distorts the rings just a little bit, and I haven't been making a big enough wind adjustment. So if we put the screen, if we use the crosshairs here, we're trying to, I move this over, we're trying to go in this line right here, along this red line here in the middle. And we're trying to bounce somewhere out in this area, get our second bounce out here, and make sure that we stay clear of the sand and don't have any trajectory going that way. So when we make our wind adjustment, our wind here has been going like this. And so we've been getting what looks like a headwind, but it's very little headwind. It's more right-hand side or side wind. And so when I'm making my adjustment, hey, I've been getting like right about here, and I've ended up in this sand because it needs to be half your yellow ring on your bullseye. So your center yellow ring, half of that yellow ring, so if we count from the center, the very center, on either side, half of that needs to be on the other side, just like this, of that sand. So a little bit of your yellow needs to be on the outside of the sand. If we counted the crosshairs as the yellow, and it needs to be like that. So your bullseye is like right about there. Because where I've been landing out here, and if you land that close where you can see this when you land, then your trajectory is going to put you right into this sand, right here on the lip. And so we want to move that ball over, and we want to move it over a full ring. You don't want your bullseye to be right here on the corner. You want to move it over just a half a ring. All right. This hole is absolutely pivotal. If you want any chance of winning this tournament, this was the hole. There's a lot of tough holes, but this is the critical, pivotal hole. Some people are going to make it, some people aren't. The other holes, everybody has. This hole, you have to have a little bit of luck. So we're going to take an extra mile in a snow globe. That's the only thing we should need. We can get past this hole. We're on our, we got to get past this hole twice, but let's take it one hole at a time. We'll make sure we got our rapier. Okay, so on this hole, we're doing half yellow ring, pass sand. Okay, max top spin, 4.5 left-hand side spin. Alright, so we're going first. We're at a snow globe. Max. I'm going to be up in this area right here. So we're going to go max and 4. I'm going to be in that area. Got a 4-2 wind. So we're going to go right there. I had a 3 something wind when I did my notes. Hit it perfect. See if we made the right adjustment there. We clipped it, but we got a much better shot than being out there in the sand. So that was a little too much. Probably still should have did the half. And I did put a little teeny bit of curl on it just because I was freaking out. So just a combination of those things. I think I like where I set the wind up. I just don't need to put any curl on it. It just barely clipped it. I mean, it went into it pretty good, but that's at that distance. That's a probably half a ring. So this next shot is the shot of the tournament. If I make this shot, we're still on track. If I don't make this shot, we're in serious trouble. I mean, it could still happen, but we did not do ourselves any favors. And we have a ball that has no wind, so we're going to be dealing with a lot of wind on a. Our opponent did good. Okay, so we're in our rapier. There's max rapier. Rapier's at 1.7 per ring. We're going to put just a titch of backspin on it. Go right at the hole. .17. So there's 5. Now it just boils down to perfect. Got a serious shot for that to go in the hole. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so brutal. Oh, that's a killer right there. Man, it's at 1.7 per ring. And the way the wind was blowing, did we not move it far enough, or did we move it? We missed on that side, so we overdrew. So 1.7, that's 3, 4, 5, 1 would be 3 rings. And just to add that little 1 that was on there wouldn't hurt because it was on the wind side. The wind's going to kick each successive bounce, although those are close, so it's not going to do much. And we overdrew, and we were at max club. That sucks. It means there's an elevation change there, and we were far enough out that we didn't pick it up. If we'd have been using our notebook. But the notebook doesn't, what I'd like to see this notebook app do is let me go in there and custom pick some of the numbers for my clubs. So, I mean, I know that those are the standard numbers, but I would really like to be able to go in and custom do the numbers so I could use it so it would calculate, I could put that stuff in there. And it would calculate for me. I wouldn't have to do it in my head. Oh, that was brutal. Oh. Heartbreaker. What's up, baby? How long do you want to sleep for? Okay. All right. We're on hole number 7. Deep, dark depression. Excessive misery. Hole number 7. Saturn, Katana. Orange ring on the rough. Half the clear ring on the fringe. Max backspin, max right hand side spin, max curl. And the side spin is however much I can get on there with maximum backspin. Right, so Saturn. Should have Saturn in both bags. Saturn, Saturn. We're not using our long iron and short iron much on this tournament. It's all, that's why just getting the clean round of -30 is such a big deal, because everything revolves around your driver and your wood. We're using a Katana and a Saturn. Alright, orange ring on the rough, half the clear ring on the fringe. If I can ever get an opponent. I'm gonna get some coffee. Still trying to get an opponent. I'm still trying. Give me a bot. Well, not a bot, but a cherry-picked replay. Alright. So we're coming in here. We're putting our orange ring in half the clear ring. We're doing this. It's about 4 backspin. And we're doing 4-5, so that's 1-9. That's 4. 2 1/4 rings. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Let alone. Not enough backspin. I took just a titch of the backspin out that very last little bit to get my side spin to 4. And what I need to do is not take that little bit out, because that little teeny bit at the very end, so it snaps the ball. So I need to adhere to my notes. Maximum backspin. Right hand side spin. Our opponent's shooting off the island. That always scares me, especially when they don't use the ring method. You can't get the angle right if you're perpendicular to where you're at and you're trying to adjust for it. It's easier if you're just pulling it back. You're right on line with it and you're pulling it back to where you want to adjust it, and then hitting your take shot and going from there. Alright, birdie. We're using a firework ball on this last one. We're going for albatross on this last one. We're going for hole-in-one. It's a par 4, but we got a serious hole-in-one shot on this next hole. So I'll be fired up. I'll tell you what, I'll be jumping up and down and screaming if I get a hole-in-one on this next hole, because we got this shot down. It comes down to hitting it perfect. If you hit it perfect, we have a serious shot of this going in the hole. If we hit it great to the right, we don't want to hit it great to the left. We want to hit the shot perfect. We got a serious hole-in-one shot. All right, we're on hole number 8. Hole number 8. All right, firework ball, because that's what we got. 1.5 backspin, maximum left-hand side spin. All right, hole number 8. Extra mile. Bag number 1, extra mile. We're using a firework ball. I think that's all we need. 1.5 backspin. 1.5 backspin, maximum left maximum right hand side spin. No, left hand side spin. So I was looking at the wrong hole. Of course I go first. Okay, so 1.5 backspin. No overpower. Go right up against the nubs. Hitting it perfect. I think it's going to be a little to the left, but we got a shot at it here. I think it's going to be a little to the left. And it was just that close to hole in one on a par 4. Damn it. Oh. We are dialing that in, man. I've been working on that all week. Just trying to dial that sucker in to get it to roll up to the hole, and man. We started off with full 2 back. We went for 1 backspin and we went 2 backspin, and 2 backspin was leaving us just a tit short. So this is the second time I've tried 1.5, and the first time I actually ended off a little to the left, but I was just a little short of pin high. I mean, about what I am right now. So let's change that to 1. And a titch backspin. Excuse me. And that's a big ball to bring a hole like this. It's like bringing a machine gun to a gunfight. It's a good ball. It might be overkill. I think we got a few dead balls for free in some gift one time, but I didn't buy the dead ball pack. I've never actually used a dead ball. Those balls work fantastic in the higher levels. There's a lot of places when you're playing in the upper tours that ball is the one, especially in tournaments. That's the thing about being a max trophy player, is you're up there. In order to get to that point, you have to play a lot, which means you're going to have to pull out better balls, be willing to pull better balls out of your bag. And when you're playing in tournaments, it's an absolute must. So it costs a little bit more, and it takes a little more time. I don't play that much more than what I shoot videos. So like on the off week, for like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday until the next tournament holes come out, I usually just play, if I do play at all, I play Tour 7. Sometimes I just need a break. Alright, hole number 9. Okay, hole number 9. Oh my gosh, how am I going to play this hole? The safe way to play it is to take a quarterback and a Titan, so you can use the wind on both shots if you need to, and just lay it up out here. I brought a Thor's hammer last time because I was just playing on this account. It's not doing me any good to practice this. It's just a matter of which way am I going to play it. If you play it up here, you can bring your sniper, but if you screw that shot up, get into there, you were sucking hind tit. You cannot take a risk on this hole. So I think that pretty much tells me what I have to do. there's holes that you can take risks on, and there's holes that you've got to make sure you get that score. You got to get an eagle on this hole. There is an albatross shot, and you want to give yourself a shot at albatross, but you have absolutely got to get eagle. Tighten. And where the Titan falls down is that it doesn't have, on that second shot, it doesn't give me as good a, because it doesn't have enough, it doesn't have that extra little bit of side spin. This might be a good spot for a USA ball. I brought these Brazilian balls because you don't hardly ever see them, so people are like, where did that ball come from? That might be the way to go. Use a USA ball. Big dog, and I'm going to bring a quarterback. So let's see. No, in this account, my big dog hits 8 yards farther, and it has 8 less topspin. Same accuracy. So either one of these are going to work. Maybe the quarterback will work better with the topspin and the letting the wind stay in. So maybe I will take my QB. Now I gotta take the rock. I love the rock. Okay, USA ball. Rock and big dog. Rock and big dog. USA ball. Hole number 9. All right. Nice little layup shot. Get myself some shot at albatross. Get my eagle, go home. Shot a minus 15 on the front. We dropped one on 6, but we picked one up on 2, so we really needed to hold on to that one that we picked up on 2. We can't afford to do that. That cost us, that drop on 6 cost us any chance for the win. If we could have repeated the hole-in-one or picked up one more shot on the back and shot a 32, we could win this, but we're not gonna. If we shoot a 31, we won't win. We'll come in second. So we got to shoot a 32 in order to win, and we have to be at 31 in order to even get a banner. We'll end up in third if we shoot a 31, or excuse me, a 30. All right. Nice and easy. Oh, hit it great to the right. I think we'll be all right, though. We started off dead center, so a great here. And that's one of the reasons why we brought that club. So we could hit a great to the left or the right and still end up out there if we started off in the middle. So our opponent brought a sniper. They got way up at the front, and that's the benefit of getting way up there. So if you're taking the risk of getting way up there, you got to bring your best, most accurate, best ball guide wood to give yourself a serious shot at Albie here. I mean, our opponent missed albatross by that much. Nice shot. So we have less of a shot here than our opponent did, but we brought... One of the problems is we haven't been able to get the ball to turn, to make it around the band. We're going to use I'm going to use that wind to my advantage. It's about a ring, so to push it out a ring away, and then we're going to put just a little bit of curl on it. Hitting it perfect. And we missed albatross by a mile, but I'm happy with that shot. I mean, that's not the best albatross shot in the world, but it's a pretty easy shot to get on. You don't have to do anything spectacular. And it's really the drive. I would love to have a better second shot at albatross, but there's several of the other holes we're playing not aggressive, but we're playing them aggressive to try and pick up a hole on those. We're trying to dial those ones in and really focus on those holes. And this is a hole that I'm not sure that the risk of going for the big drive to start off with is worth the reward. Although he did have a pretty nice shot at Albie. In one-on-one play, that's exactly how I played this hole, and it works. But if you get caught up in the rough up there, you are SOL. Alright, we shot a -15 after 9. Alright, hole number 1. Hole number 1. Alright, I'm going to take a break for just a second. I'll be right back.